Walking is a big part of my life. I do a lot of walking tours. I walk a lot when I'm out and about filming videos, looking for stuff to shoot or talk about. Recently, a few people have asked me, where do I go walking in my own time, at my leisure? And that's a good question because that doesn't happen very often. This whole YouTube and walking thing is a 7-day-a-week job. So for this video, I thought we'd go on a random walk and see where it takes us, and whatever's interesting along the way worth filming and talk about, we'll do that. So to kick off with, I thought we'd get on the 53 bus, count 7 bus stops and start from there. So I've got off the bus here at Noppawong and we're just across from the offices of the State Railway of Thailand, and next to that is the Railway Police Division. As of today, the Railway Police have been disbanded after 72 years. So now the police that are going to be on patrol on the trains are just the regular police. Okay, so I need to head down a side street, I think, get away from the main road and see where it takes us. I know we're close to Chinatown, so I don't think we'll be short of places with interesting things to tell you about. This is Santee Park Road. Let's see where it goes. Well, I'm going to say something that is really cliched now, and that is not many tourists come here. And I think that's absolutely true about this place because it's kind of hidden away between Chinatown and Hua Lamphong. And unless you're walking around Chinatown and take a couple of wrong turnings, you'd probably never find this place. This is the July 22nd roundabout, and there is a story behind the name. But first, let's jump back a little bit to before this roundabout was built. 28th of December 1917, one of the worst fires to ravage this part of Chinatown happened. Almost 300 houses destroyed. When they rebuilt the area, they decided to put in a pretty interesting road layout, as you can see in this picture. And they built the roundabout to commemorate Thailand's participation in World War I. And July 22nd, 1917 was the day that Thailand officially declared war on Germany. And a few years later, King Rama VII renamed 3 streets around here to have an association with World War I. This area is also a prolific red light district, and it's not just at night. Earlier on when I was filming street signs, I had to reassure 3 scantily clad ladies that I wasn't filming them, and I told them about the history video, which they weren't really interested in, to be honest. I thought we'd take a shortcut towards Matri Chit Road. I prefer walking down these sois because you see a more human side of life away from the main streets. Also, if you look carefully along these alleyways between the shops, the stalls and people's homes, there are little guest houses and hotels. Nice if you're budget conscious or you only need somewhere for a short time, but many of these places do look like they've seen better days. This is Thailand's first ever Protestant church, the Matri Chit Chinese Baptist Church, which was founded in 1837. Opposite that is Soi Nana, not the Soi Nana, of course, the street in Sukhumvit that a lot of foreigners think is the centre of the universe, but both are named after the same family. Anyway, this street dates back about 100 years, but in the 1950s and 60s, parts of Chinatown were notorious for gang activity. Many streets had owners, different gangs, and Soi Nana was right in the heart of it. Times have changed, of course, and a lot of these gangs no longer exist. Soi Nana became an area famous for Chinese herbal medicine shops. The first few bars and coffee shops started appearing here around 2014, and bit by bit, Soi Nana began to gather a cult following. The emphasis was on preserving the old school character and architecture, as you can see in the pictures, and nowadays there are jazz bars, retro bars, fancy coffee shops, cocktail bars. The only thing you won't get along here is a bottle of San Miguel Light for 80 baht. This hotel is called the Sahakit 1, excuse my pronunciation, and I was walking past here a few months ago. I got a bit curious as to where the mysterious staircase led to. I managed to get a couple of photos of the lobby area before the guy in reception told me that there was no photos allowed and that they don't admit foreigners to stay here. I got a bit of info from the guy in the antique shop across the road. He said it was a short-time hotel, but it's also used as a location for films and TV because of its retro boutique style interior. Judging from the photos of the rooms here, looks like it's been left to rot a little bit, but I can see the appeal if you're shooting something set maybe in the 50s and 60s. We came through here a few months ago on a walking tour and noticed that they had dressed up the area to look like 1970s Saigon. And we just literally walked straight into this film set. There was French cars, there was street food stalls with bread rolls and stuff. They had street signs and shop signs, all in Vietnamese. And there were lots of extras hanging around in 70s shirts. Quite surreal because we didn't realise until we walked right into the middle of it. One building whose old-style colonial architecture you can't miss is Mustang Blu. Now this building's been here about 100 years according to my research, and in that time it's been a bank, a hospital, a massage parlour, a hotel, various nightclubs as well. It's now a retro boutique hotel called Mustang Blu. I believe there's a sister hotel to it in Prakanong called Mustang Noir, and I checked out the prices online, very reasonable, perfect place for a city break perhaps. Matri Chit intersection is where the road joins Rama 4 Road and goes across the Charon Sawan 36 bridge. So this is Hua Lamphong intersection, an area very familiar to this channel. And of course the railway station is here, but I've talked about it in so many other videos. If you want to know the full story, check out one of those videos. I wanted to point out a couple of hotels that have become institutions around here that are still open for business. One of them is the Krung Kasem Sikung Hotel. Its architecture suggests it was built probably in the late 1960s. I found a couple of old photos and it's looked pretty much the same ever since it was built. Just across the intersection above the 1920s block of shops is the station hotel that I would say is more infamous, but at some point in the early 1970s it was brand new and luxurious. The exterior looks very shabby, but the interior has apparently been used for several Thai TV shows and horror films over the years. If you check it out on Google, you'll see some really nice pictures of rooms, but what has happened is Google have mixed up the photos with the nearby Happy Station Hostel, which is actually quite nice, so do be careful of that. I read one of the reviews which said that no one ever books this hotel overnight and it's used by local men who pick up ladies of the night off the street. I can't verify that, of course, but it doesn't surprise me. Anyway, let's get back onto the 53 bus and see where it takes us. Chinatown is currently hosting the Vegetarian Festival. It runs until the 23rd of October. Now, to be honest, I used to scoff at vegetarianism. I used to think people eating only vegetables and tofu were not getting enough nutrition in their diets. But it's not just about eating vegetables. This is big business around here. And there's a whole religious side to it. People dress in white, make prayers and make offerings and stuff. And the part I don't understand actually is where you see these parades and you see guys with swords and bits of metal going through their faces, lots of blood. And so if someone can explain to me in the comments what that has to do with vegetarianism, I'll be very grateful to you. But it looks like everyone's having a lot of fun. I got off a few stops before the end of this circular bus route on Samsen Road because I wanted to have a look at the MRT Purple Line construction on Bangkok Prom station right here at Bangkok Prom intersection, and they've got some serious work going on. Samsen Road is absolute carnage. If you're staying in a hotel around there, then I really feel sorry for you because the noise must be horrendous. So I hope they're giving discounts. So if any of you are staying around Samsen Road, leave a comment and let us know what life is like amongst all that digging and noise. I'll give you a quick clue as to what bridge it is. It looks pretty spectacular if you're on the river looking up, especially at this time of the evening. So we're going to get on it and see what it's like actually on the bridge looking down over the river. Well, no doubt you are well familiar with this beautiful bridge. You've probably seen it in photos, on videos, you've been under it on a riverboat, or you've stayed around Khao San Road and ventured towards the river where you get the best view of it. It is, of course, Rama 8 Bridge, and it was opened on the 20th of September 2002. When it was opened, it was one of the world's largest asymmetrical cable-stayed bridges. And I'm going to hang around for a bit and see what's happening. I got 45 chances to win a prize for 100 baht, so I want one of these teddy bears. I can give it to May, she'd love that. So let's see how good I am. One. Okay. Those teddy bears that you've got to hit, they're heavier than they look. So let's go with another one. And this is really strong. Nope. I got 40 more, and obviously I'm not going to film shooting all 40, so let's fast forward. One more to go. I've definitely won something. Last one. Let's see what they're going to give me. I don't know how many I've hit, but May is going to love whatever I've won. It's going to be one of these teddy bears or rabbits or cats, whatever they got up here. Let's see. I scored 15 points out of 60 shots, so 25%. That's not too bad, as I am a novice anyway. And that means May has won herself this cute little Pokemon toy. I'm sure she'll love it. And this will go in the bed next to all the other teddy bears and cuddly toys that we got. And that just about wraps up our walk, or rather ride, on the 53 bus. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe. If you want to support me and support the channel, you can do so via the Buy Me a Coffee link on the screen, or you can join the channel and become a member. That just leaves me to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.